Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Sophia with Garden State Film Festival. We are in its 21st year. We have over 230 films from 23 countries, and I am here with the writer and director of Acid of Teeth, which was filmed in Ireland. And she's filmed zooming from Ireland right now, not zooming, whatever this is called, streaming. So it's so cool that I get to interview you from so far away. Can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and about Acid of Teeth?
Thank you for having me, Sophia. My name is Roshni Shaheen, and my short film is Acid of Teeth, which I wrote back in the end of 2020. But myself and Emerging Limerick Filmmaker, the film club that I made it with, we shot it in the summer of 2021, and it's kind of at the end of its festival run at the moment. So I'm really excited to be in this interview.
Oh, wow. And have you already been playing anywhere in the United States, or will this be its first United States premiere?
Honestly, it's been a while since I've looked,
Right. A lot
but
to think.
I think it's played somewhere in the US, but
Mm,
um,
but
I think
never
it's
in
supposed to be
Jersey.
no, never in Jersey, or
Oh my
maybe
God.
I don't think West Coast. Yeah, New Jersey is the West Coast, right?
No, it's East Coast, but yeah, it's all good. Totally okay. I know nothing about geography. I had to
It's
look
okay.
up
It's okay. It's
exactly
okay.
like if Ireland, I won't even say what I looked up
It's
before
okay.
this,
It's
but
okay. Above New York.
yeah, yeah. I think it's above New York. Is it right under New York? I think it's under New York.
Oh, stop. Okay,
Either way, I'm making a fool out of myself here because I should know this. Yeah, we're below New York. We're below New York, right? Because I travel up to go to New York. Okay. Yeah, but either way, it's so awesome to have Acid of Teeth at Garden State Film Festival, screening in New Jersey. What was the inspiration for this film?
It's kind of a funny story. So I guess first off, I myself have a really close relationship with my grandparents. So I kind of always, in the back of my mind, wanted to tell a story that had an element of that in it. Um, but what really, I guess, grew the idea was one session we had at Emerging Limerick Filmmakers. Our mentor Pete, he set up a kind of a task for all of the members. It was to prepare us for pitching. So we were all given an object, and we had to write like a 3 minute kind of a pitch for
Mm.
a short film that I guess had that element in it. So mine was a set of teeth,
Oh,
like
wow.
yeah, I think it was called fake teeth. And then I kind of just like quickly made that idea, and then it went down kind of well with the other members. So I ended up just pitching it for real, and
That's so cool. Such an interesting story because I really was wondering, like, where did she come
I
up with this
know,
idea that
yeah.
someone would leave teeth? Oh my gosh. So I one of the things I loved about the film were the shots that you have. I mean,
Mm.
obviously it's a gorgeous location, but like the wide shot and the bookcase behind. Oh my gosh. Were there any inspirations from like other films or other artists?
Um, yes, there's every time someone asks me that, I'm like everything goes out of my head. But
Right.
um, yeah, our director of photography, Kean Rowley, he worked really hard with me to kind of just make the vision come true. So definitely creds to him. But I guess biggest inspiration was well, if Amelie was one of the films we used
Mm,
as an inspiration for the journey kind of aspect. Um, and
love
what
that film.
else? There's so many. Celine Sciamma is one of my biggest
Oh
inspirations.
wow.
So Portrait of a Lady on Fire, those kind of wide shots I really enjoy. So
I love that. I enjoyed it so much. I kind of saw a little, not really like Wes Anderson, but just the composition, like the way
yeah,
the style
symmetry.
was, it was really beautiful. So
Thank
I
you.
thought it was interesting. I read that you came up with this when you were 15 and the
Yeah.
pandemic kind of delayed that. So how did you stick with this? Like, how did you wanted to tell this story after all that time? What kept you going?
Honestly, great question because I don't know. I have to think about it now. But I guess I just it was kind of a project to do. Like everybody was so almost bored and thinking of new things to do in their lives, like during
Right.
like the lockdown. So that was kind of the one thing I had. So I guess I had so much time to put all my effort into, and I guess the more energy I put into, I felt like the more I'd get back. So I just kind of the motivation just came naturally, and then I had a really hardworking team around me too. So we all worked together and just bounced ideas off of each other. It kind of just became a a journey in
Yeah.
itself. So,
So speaking of the team, have you worked with any of these people before, and how did you find, the cast?
so in Emerging Limerick Filmmakers, it was the first year that it runs. So it ran, sorry. So there's 13 members now, but I think there could have been, yeah, there was around that number anyway, in that year, and that was the first year of it running. So that was the second short that we made together as a group, and every member has a different role. So we had a director of photography, first AD, director, art department, and everything. So it was like our first time meeting each other, and it was all during the end of the pandemic, really, like on Zoom.
Mm.
So it was funny because like when we met each other in real life, like we had never seen each other before. It was just so
Yeah.
weird. But it became like really natural. So that was really fun, just getting to know new people that have like a shared passion. And
Mhm.
then I guess we started casting. I have no idea when, but like a month or
That's
so
okay. It
before.
was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while
Lots.
ago, but we did auditions anyway, and yeah, believe it or not, actually, um, the main actress we had for Joey, she actually ended up getting COVID a week before we were shooting.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we had to quickly recast. So we went to an agency and then found Clodagh, who is the actress,
Wow.
and yeah, it just worked so well. It was perfect.
I thought you were gonna say, so you
Yeah.
guys had to, like, push off the shoot, but you gotta do what you gotta do,
You gotta
yeah.
do what you gotta do, but
I
yeah,
mean,
it
she
worked
was
out.
wonderful, the actress that you got.
Yeah,
Everybody, was super strong.
she was so professional and really good to work with, really fun. And funnily enough, she also had the younger version of her also had a fringe, and I just love that they both had a
Oh,
fringe.
yeah?
It helped
Oh, so that
for
wow,
continuity. I
the
know.
original actress didn't have the French?
No, she didn't. So
That's meant to be.
meant to be, yeah.
Wow, because that stood out to me too. I was like, "This is some good casting." Oh,
It
wow.
was on purpose, totally.
Yeah, we had to cut her hair. So, I will definitely wanna ask you about what filming was like. How long did it take? Because one of the things I loved is that you gotta show us so much of Ireland. I know Ireland's huge, but, like, I gotta see all these beautiful locations I've never seen before. So, what was it like traveling and filming this?
Yeah, I guess when I was pitching the short to the others, I had in mind that like Limerick City, which is where we're based, would be like a key element in it. So I'm glad that stood out to you. But sorry, I've sorry, I forgot where I was
Yeah,
going.
I probably asked, like, a bunch of questions, just like, what was it like traveling around while filming
Oh
this,
yeah. Okay,
basically, and
yeah.
how long did it take?
Sorry, yes, of course. We shot for I think it was 3 days, and then we had, like, an evening, which was, like, maybe 3 hours or so,
Uh,
but it was a 3-day shoot, and most of the locations, were actually within a 1.5 kilometer radius, um, which is in the heart of Limerick City by the riverside.
mhm,
So, thankfully for most of it, we were kind of based in the same place, except for the house shot, which is actually in my room here, her bedroom, and then the storage unit facility was another place. So it was easy. It was kind of easy to block off where and when we'd shoot. So yeah,
did you
it was fun
know?
to move
Because you
around.
oh, sorry, what?
It was fun to move around.
Yeah, it looks fun, and did you know I mean, obviously, you're from Limerick, so you knew all of the locations before when you were writing it, or did you have to go location scouting?
Yeah, no, I did actually have all the like most of those locations in mind, especially for the
Mm,
montage scene where she's cycling. Like all the places there were in my mind. Some were tweaked, but that was really like it made it easier for me to visualize when I was writing, which was really
right.
fun. But we had to scout out the storage unit facility.
Oh.
Um, so yeah,
Yeah, it's super fun to watch it. I love that. So I want to talk a little bit about you and your background because I saw that you were born in Washington, D.C.,
yeah.
and then you're living in Ireland now making films. So what's that transition like? How did you get into filmmaking?
Um, yeah. I guess. Well, I was born in Washington D.C. But my parents met there, and then we moved when I was like 2. But So, yeah, I guess I've always been interested in like videos and stuff. I had a YouTube channel like a few years ago, which is a cringy thought to me now. But I guess I really I really enjoyed just like making my own stories and having fun with editing and stuff. Um, so that kind of sparked my first interest. Um, and then the opportunity of interviewing for emerging Limerick filmmakers came up, and I just said I might as well seize the moment, and it kind of just fell into place from there. And yeah, I've gotten the privilege to make films with other people there too, and kind of figure out different roles. I was DP on my friend Neve's film just last summer, and that's in like distribution
Mm.
stage now. And I've done a few different other roles with other members, so it's been fun.
Any favorite, like, or you like them all the same, like directing, writing, cinematography? Which hat is your
Honestly,
favorite?
I feel like it's such a cliche to say, but like directing, I just it gives me so
Yeah,
much energy, um, and like it feels like right. But
right.
cinematography was also really in close proximity because I feel like it's similar,
Yeah.
um, but you're just looking through a different lens, no pun intended. But yeah,
Oh,
I like
so
cinematography too.
so I, like, was interviewing you and watching the film, and I completely forgot that this is a student film. Nothing against student films, love them, but I forgot that's, like, that's a huge part of this, so, yeah, I mean, did you do so I know you did it with emerging artists, but was it through school too? Like, how does or you
No,
were
it
just
wasn't
a
through
student while you
school.
made this?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh,
We're all students in secondary school. Yeah, we're all secondary school students, but
oh, wow.
it doesn't have anything to do with school, but we're all still doing.
Students, right. Well, you guys all did a fantastic job.
Thank
So,
you.
what did you learn from this process that you will take to your next film? Maybe people watching can get some advice from it.
I think learning to articulate your thoughts is something that is so difficult, but no one really thinks about it. But learning to articulate your thoughts in, I guess, in relation to your role and in relation to in relation to your role on the film, and also um, in how you contribute to the shared vision. So I think it's
Mm,
so important when you're on a shoot, no matter like who you are, whether you're a director or director of photography or the first AD, to make sure that you're on the same wavelength as the other
mhm,
members, because what you're thinking may not be exactly what anyone else is thinking about the vision. And I
mhm.
think it's so important to think outside of yourself. Like even as director, it's so easy to just think, oh, it's just my vision, but
Right,
everyone's
it's in
got,
my mind, like, "Can you see
yeah, it's in
it?"
my mind, but get it out.
I have
Yeah.
trouble articulating questions in during interviews, so I can imagine articulating what I want with the shot would be difficult, so
Yeah.
great advice. So how did you hear about Garden State Film Festival? I know you're not gonna make it in person this year, but how did you hear about us, and how's it feel to have Acid of Teat screening here?
Um, what was the
I'm
last bit
sorry, I
you
keep
said?
doing it where I
Sorry.
ask a bunch of questions. I need to
It's
stop
okay.
talking
I
so
just
much.
missed the last bit. I got everything.
How did you hear about Garden State Film Festival?
Okay, yeah. So my mentor Pete, he kind of just did all the distribution. So I think he must have come across it in when he was submitting to the other to the other
Mm.
festivals. But he contacted me must have been like a month ago. He was like, "Oh, interview. This sounds cool. Maybe it could be the last fun thing in the run." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I haven't spoken about the short in so long, and I need something to boost my ego and humble me at the same time." So I was
Oh,
like,
I hope this is doing both. I hope so.
"Yeah."
I'm sending you
um,
all I'm boosting your ego from here. Big fan of your work.
So no, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. But it's so good though to be here. This is a different experience. I've never done this before actually with the host, and it's very feels nice. I like it.
Oh,
Thank you.
good. I'm sure there'll be many more. I mean, I know you just were on a cinematographer on a project, but are you gonna be directing anything yourself, or have you since you've made Acid of Teeth?
Yes. Also, there's another project with emerging Limerick filmmakers coming up in July, August, and I'll be directing that too. And it's a it'll be the biggest scale project we've done so far. It has a
Nice.
lot more funding, and I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm so
That
excited.
sounds super exciting. Well, I hope you will keep Garden State Film Festival in mind, and I get to
Definitely,
interview you
absolutely.
again. So awesome. It
Absolutely.
was so wonderful meeting you. Congratulations to you and the entire team. Let me tell everybody watching how they can see Acid of Teeth. It will be screening Sunday, March 26th in Asbury Hall in the film block 3 to 5 p.m. So definitely check it out. Thank you again so much. And hopefully I'll see you at the next interview.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sophia.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.